person, drop a comment or whatever else to say you can hear me and we'll be good. I'll just start talking. If you can hear me, let me see you say hi. Say hi. Let me know what state you're watching from, what country you're watching from, right? If you can hear me, just let me know you can hear me. I don't want us to waste time today because we have a lot of things to cover. Um, yeah. I just want to get a comment from you guys. If I get someone, say hi. If you're here and you can see me, say hi. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. All right, I'm just going to start all together. Right. So this is the 30-day challenge. Um, to post every day. So this is what we're trying to achieve. Just in case you're new here, you're not in the community, so you don't really get what all of this is about. This is what we're trying to achieve. We're trying to get ourselves to that point of implementation where we are able to post every day for 30 days. As a community, we want to do that, we want to make it work for every single person. I know that there are people who are too busy, there are people who do not just have that zeal. Some people don't know what to do to be able to post every day, but I'm telling you, if you join this 30 days challenge, it's going to change your YouTube life. This is me giving you this promise. If you join this 30 days challenge, it's going to change how you see YouTube generally. It's going to change how you implement on your YouTube business, right? It's going to become a lot more productive for you, right? Your mindset is going to shift because we're not just going to be posting. So yesterday on the community, we were talking about how that we're going to be having, we're going to be building on incremental knowledge, right? So what that means is we'll be learning from every video that we post. That means what you post tomorrow will be better than what you posted today, and I'm telling you, it's going to change everything for you. So I'm going to be using, so I'm trying to try a new thing here, right? So I'm going to be using I'm going to be writing on my screen, on my phone, from my Samsung phone, and just see how it goes. If it works well, fine. If it doesn't, then I'll just chill about it. But still, I want to hear from you guys. Can you hear me? Justice, if you can hear me, just say hi, chat and say hi. If you can hear me, I want to get one person's feedback. If I can get one person's feedback, then we can just go on and talk about this, right? I've had a very hectic day today preparing for this 30 days challenge because I'm not just preparing for today, I'm actually preparing for the next 30 days. Like, it's going to be crazy, it's going to be wonderful, it's going to be, now you're going to learn a whole lot of things. There are lots of things that we're going to learn together, right? And just in case you don't know the relevance of that level of consistency, of what is the difference between posting every single day and if you post 3 times a week. So let me give you an analogy. Now, I get people coming to meet me and telling me, really, what's the difference? So maybe I should start writing down here to say, what is the difference? Oh my God. All right, what's the difference between posting one day or post one day in a week or 3 days in a week or every single day in a week? Let's say 7 days in a week, right? What's the difference essentially? And I'm going to be talking about this. Now, people come to my DM to ask me, why are we doing 30 days? Like, must I post every single day? Right? You don't really need to post every single day. And really, if you don't do this thing, if you don't do this posting every single day, if you don't do it correctly, um, you are not going to get the right results out of it. Now, I'm going to pause a little bit and then insist on getting that feedback that we spoke about, because I want to make sure that everybody, please, if you are following, please send a message. Send a message. See. Let me see that from here. If you're following, please send a message to say I'm following, say hi, say you're here. Now let me make a promise to you. Some of you don't know that getting on a channel like this might be the best thing that has happened to you in your entire YouTube journey. You don't know yet because so I'll be playing some videos from a lot of respected. So I'm not just talking from isolation. Like, this is not me. This the 30 days challenge is something I really wanted to do just on my own. I just wanted to challenge myself like that. But um, some guys around me just brought it to my notice, and they were like, it would be better if I could bring people on, and motivate them just the way I'm motivating myself. And you should know I'm a very motivated, self-motivated person, and we'll be doing all of that. I just want to get this. I just want to make sure that this is being streamed correctly. 6 people are watching, but nobody's. I'm not getting that comment. Come on now. Oh, okay. I can see that. All right. I can see that. Okay, so if you can hear me, please say hi in the comments. Let me see that hi in the comments if you can hear me, so that let me see. I want to get that feedback, right? Let me get your feedback. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to go on because I think I've been able to make that verification that this is streaming correctly. All right, so what's the difference really? Let's think about this, right? The way you should do YouTube, right, is like this. Every single okay, now I can see your chats now. Okay, I can see your chats now. Okay, now the way you should do YouTube is every single video should be an improvement from the last. Get this? The way you should do YouTube, and this is not the way a lot of people are just doing YouTube. In fact, anything that you do, anything, whether you're doing your job, whether you're just doing your job, or any other thing that you do every single day, and you are not getting better with every time that you do that thing, you're not improving. So you can spend 7 years in that thing and still you don't get a breakthrough, right? So this is what, so a lot of people say, okay, I've been playing the piano for 7 years, but how come I'm still at beginner's level? Now this is what's happening. You're not increasing, you're not improving with every single time that you play. And the improvement is not going to come naturally. The tendency of humans is to repeat the same thing the same way that we did it without taking feedback, first of all, and then without the conscious effort of improvement. And if you do not make the conscious effort of improvement, this is what will happen. You will just find out that you have been doing YouTube for 2 years and you have not made the progress that you think that you should make. Do you understand? Meanwhile, you hear people say things like, "Oh, I just got into YouTube and in 6 months I've quit my main job and I'm not doing YouTube full time," and you're wondering how. Do you understand? You don't know that these people are improving incrementally, right? With every video they are getting better. With every video they are getting better. And this is my advice to people. If you do YouTube like this, if you get better in YouTube, in every video, with every upload, with every thumbnail that you upload, with every title that you type, with every part of YouTube that you do, you get better incrementally. I'm telling you, before you would even know, you would see, let's even forget about monetization and all of that, right? You will just find out that you are now a different person. You now know more. You are now way better than when you started, or than even the last video. Do you understand? So really, what's the difference? So Listen, think about it. If I post one video every week, right? And well, I have a job or something or anything else, and that's why I'm posting one video every week, right? In 1 year, I would have posted 52 or 54 videos, right? Now, the person who is posting every day, in 2 months, he has posted 60 videos, right? Now, if that person is learning with every video that is posting, he would achieve in 2 months what you would achieve in 1 year. Do you understand? Do you see the whole thing? So it becomes very important that we squeeze ourselves. Now, this is one of the intentions. This is one of the reasons why I started this 30 days YouTube, to squeeze you out of your normal routine, to squeeze you out of what is comfortable, to take you out of that comfortable. So some of you now, what's comfortable is just the normal post 3 times every week or post once every week, or even some people are even less. At the time I was posting once every 2 weeks. Do you understand? That was when I did not understand the tendency in YouTube. Right now, to buttress this point, I'm going to play a video right now, okay? And I want you guys to just watch with me. It's not a very long video, just very short video, right? I'm going to post I'm going to play this video right now. Let me get there. Okay. All right. Okay, let me play this. So I don't want us to watch the entire video. There's a particular point in this video I want us to watch, so I'm just going to skip to that point. Oh yeah, I think it's somewhere around here. Yeah. Okay, so that's what I wanted to show you guys. So I'm going to get out of here and go back to my board. Yeah. All right. So the next thing I'm going to talk about. So I hope you got the point out of that, right? Now that guy is a very big YouTuber, right? And there are many videos that I've seen of people like Mr. Beast and very big guys that talk about the power of consistency, the power of posting every single day, not just posting every single day, but learning from the last video, getting better with every post that you make, and all of that. So I'm going to talk about um before we first of all, one of the things I want to achieve in today's class is for people who have not even started YouTube at all. There are people who have not even started at all, like this is their first interaction with YouTube, right? If you're somebody like that, today's class is for you, so that you even know what you should post, you even know what you should post about, right? Now listen, first of all, the first thing, if you've ever been in any of my classes, the first thing I tell you is find a subject that interests you. Let me write that down. Find a subject that interests you. So the key word here is interest. That interests you. Find a subject that interests you. That's number one thing. Now, but this is not the most important thing. Now, the way people do YouTube, the way people do things generally is when they find their own interest, they want to rush into it. And that is where a lot of people make mistakes. When you find something that interests you, the next thing to do is not to begin to rush into it. You must look for the other half of the equation. And what's the other half of the equation? Number two, make sure that a lot of people are also interested in that thing that you are interested in. Let me say that again. Make sure that there are lots of people that are interested in that thing that you are interested in. Maybe I should write that down. Right? Make sure that there is a large audience for your interests. That thing that you are interested in doing, right? If I gather 100 people, right? How many of those 100 people will be interested in that thing? Now, if you're able to find, see, this is a big job to do. If you're a new person here that you're just starting out in YouTube, right? You need to sit down and have this sincere conversation with yourself. This thing I'm interested in doing, sincerely, right? Are there many people that are interested in doing this thing? Now, I'm going to tell you a story, right? Let me erase this board. I'm going to tell you a story. Now, this is a story that is very popular in the YouTube space, but it says a lot, right? Now, there was a queen. Let's call this the queen, right? Now, this queen, she had like, let's say 14 servants, right? Now, among these 14 servants, she split them into 7 and another. Let me use another color for this. She split them into 7, and then this other half 7, right? Now, the task of this first 7, right, is to make the best pot, right? So these people were more like artists, people who mold things, those kinds of people. The task of the first 7 is make the best pot. Do you understand? So they will sit down, brainstorm, and all those kinds of things. Brainstorm, make sure that you come up with the best, and they have like 1 month to do that. Now you see these other 7, their task was make the most pots, like make as much pots as many as possible. Make as much pots as possible, right? Like, if you can make 1,000, make 1,000. If you can make 1,000,000, make 1,000,000. Like, make the most pots possible, right? Let me write that here. Possible, right? All right, so there are 2 categories. First category, make the best pots. Second category, make the most pots possible. So you see, this second category, when they come, they don't brainstorm. Oh yeah, fast. Let's just quickly make it. Let's just quickly make this pot. Let's just quickly make. That's their own. That's what's in their mind. Let's just quickly make the pot. That's what's in their mind. All right. Now see what happened at the end of the day. Let me go back to my drawing. At the end of the day, do you know what happened? The people who sit down to brainstorm and make the best pots possible, they made an okay pot, right? So the first 7 people made an okay pot. Now, but you see these other 7, they made extraordinary pots out of the same time that they had. Why? Because they were as they were making fast pots, they were experimenting. Do you understand? So sometimes the point in this story is this. The point in this my nonsense story is this. Sometimes when you are learning something, right? Don't try to make the best. Try to make as many as possible. That's the point. Don't try to make the best when you are learning something, when you're just starting. Don't try to make the best. Make as many as possible. Make as many as possible. Do you understand? The same thing applies to video creation. But see, one mistake now, there's balance, there's need for balance in this thing. One mistake people now make, like we are talking in the group yesterday, somebody said that from day one he would just make 30 videos, and I like his implementation. Like, that guy really works hard. Like, in one day can make a lot of videos. That guy is a beast, you know. But this is one thing I now told him. If you make 30 videos from day one, you have made those 30 videos from where you are, from your point of knowledge, right? But if you make 3 videos on day one, on day three, you study. On day one you post one of those videos, on day two you post one of those videos, on day three you have studied one and two, you have come up with some things that you can improve in, you make another three. Now you see your next three is an improvement on the last three. Do you understand? So while you are batch creating, you are also leveraging on the fact that there's incremental knowledge. You understand? So there's sort of balance in this. But see, don't the point I'm making now is, don't go and sit down and say you want to make the best video. As a beginner, don't just see, the most important thing to a beginner is to just turn on the thing and just shoot a video. Shoot a video. I'm telling you, like, beginners, one of the things when you're just starting YouTube, one of the things that holds you back is the idea that you have in your head, the idea of perfection that you have in your head, especially if you're a smart person. The idea of perfection that you have in your head is the first thing you have to crush. And the best way to crush that thing is just to hit record. Hit record right now and go. Do you understand? I've gotten to the point where I don't even edit some of my videos so much, even though I could. But sometimes I just want to show people the imperfection of these things, because when you see the videos that exist on YouTube, when you see the videos that exist on YouTube, you want to think that these guys just sat down and just spoke correct English, fluent English, the whole thing just flew from beginning to end. No, there's sometimes they do those things over and over and over and over and over again. Do you understand? But these days, even what sells a lot in YouTube is your originality. Do you understand? Like, you being yourself. So, first thing, let me come back to the point I was making. The first point I was making is, find a subject that interests you. See, if you don't learn anything from this thing, learn what I'm telling you right now. Dear beginner in YouTube, find a subject that interests you and that a lot of people are interested in. Do you understand? So let me tell you a story. For 2 years, because I like subjects around law of attraction and stuff like that. For 2 years, I was doing that. I was talking about law of attraction, but see what happened. I was doing that and I didn't get I don't even think I got more than 50 100 views in any video. Do you understand? But one day I decided that this thing I'm doing, maybe the way I'm doing it, or this thing I'm doing, there's no lots of audience for it, right? Actually, I met a mentor that opened my eye to it, and he told me that this thing I'm doing is a very good thing, but here in Nigeria, there are not much people that are interested in the law of attraction. People just think about it as something that's, like a nice to have. But outside the country, it's a way of life. It's more like a religion for some people. Do you understand? So I started tailoring my content to people who are not in Nigeria. Do you understand? Right. Now, this is what happened. That channel, I monetized it in 1 month, under 1 month. Actually, I took a leave from my office, and then within the 30 days leave, I monetized that channel. Why? Because monetize means that I got 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch time. Something that in the whole 2 years did not get up to 500 watch time. In 1 month, I got 4,000. Why? Because now I was now repurposing for a different audience, number one. Number two, I was now thinking about the audience more than I was thinking about, I want to talk about this. That's the mind shift that needs to happen for some of you. More than what you want to talk about, right? the audience is what should be in your mind. How much are these people? So that thing you want to talk about, you want to talk about, uh, maybe you want to talk about microphone. How many people do you think, right? If YouTube even pushes your video to all the Nigerians now, how many people amongst all the Nigerians will be? What's the percentage of people that will be interested in microphone? Do you understand? You must think about that. You must have balance. I'm not saying that you should only think about that and not think about your own interests. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you must have balance, right? What you want must balance with your audience. What you want, right? What you want must balance with what your audience wants. As a matter of fact, what your audience wants should come before what you want. That's the way I think about this. What my audience, what you guys want, is usually what I think about before I think about, oh, is this what I want to do? Why? Because you can always work on your mind to want something, but if this is a video that you want to go, what's your intention of making this video? You want to reach a lot of people, right? Then you need to start thinking about those people before you even choose a niche. Do you understand? So it is in the niche you are going to sit down and have that conversation. What should I talk about? Now, if you have that conversation sincerely, some of you are not going to talk about, they are not going to create the niche that you have in mind before you came to this class. If you have that conversation sincerely, and sometimes, now another thing that happens is sometimes it is hard for you to think outside of the box. One thing that helps is research. One thing that helps is what is research. Do you understand? Because don't take your word for it. When you are thinking in your head will just tell you that this thing is the perfect niche. Does Michael not like it? Does this one not like it? Does this one not like it? Meanwhile, they are the only people in the entire state that like that thing that you are talking about. You understand? So what you should do is research about it. How do you find out whether people are interested in this thing that you want to be talking about? Do a research about it. Go on YouTube. Now, when I say research, I'm just talking about YouTube. Go on YouTube. What are the channels that are doing this? Are there many channels that are making it? The channels that are making it's not that they've been there for 7 years. You need to look at all those things. Check the channel. You look at the channel and say, this channel that is making it in this niche now, when did they start? Are you seeing any channel that made it in 1 year? Are you seeing anything like that? Are there lots of people? That's the point. Are there lots of people that are interested in this thing? Do you understand? And I cannot. Now, this mindset shift that happens as per niche is not just about the niche. It will also need to happen even with every video that you post, every topic that you want to talk about. You won't just wake up one day and say, I want to talk about this topic because I want to talk about this topic. Well, you can do that, but while you are doing that, also be making videos that are based on research, based on the audience. There are people that are searching for these things. There are people who go online to search for these things. If you can make videos that answer the questions of people, then you're on the right path. But if you are making videos that just because you want to express yourself, sometimes it might take a longer time for you to achieve what you're trying to achieve. Are you guys following? Right? So if you are following, please just say I'm following on the chat. I just want to make sure that we are all still following before I go on to talk about the second thing. So the first thing for no, don't worry, Woods. So I'm saying, let me read some comments. Anom says, "Hi sir, I was thinking you should show us how to create an account that can be monetized." Oh, so first of all, every account can be monetized. Do you understand? Most accounts that you create on YouTube, if you create, I'm not seeing your board. Oh, okay. Somebody's saying they're not seeing my board. Okay, so I'm just going to say this. If you create an account on YouTube, right? That account, if it meets the criteria, that means if it doesn't go against any of the rules and policies of YouTube. But if it meets the criteria of 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch time, of course it can be monetized. Do you understand? But see, the speed of monetization is what we really is the matter that we now have to talk about. How fast can it be monetized, and what makes a channel to be monetized fast is really knowledge. Do you understand? The channel that stays the same, usually when people come to me and they show me channels that have not gone far, or they've been doing it for a long time and they're not getting results, they're not getting the results that they want. Usually when I look at their channel, there are two things that I can see, right? Number one, it's either they're not implementing well. Do you understand? Sometimes they are posting one video in 3 weeks, one video in 1 month, one video in 1 week, all those kinds of things. Is either that, or they are posting from the same point of knowledge, right? Like they are not improving on the video. I should be able to look at the video that you post last week and look at the video that you post today and tell that this guy has learned a lot of things. Do you understand? Right? So there should be that difference. If you are always having that difference, if the video that you post this week is way better than the video that you post last week, and the same thing happens for next week, right? All of these things is what determines monetization. YouTube has no opinion. Now, this is one thing you should know. If you're a religious person, you want to start thinking that oh, maybe the algorithm doesn't like me. Maybe I hear a lot of those things. People come to my DM and maybe YouTube has shadow banned me. There's a lot of talks about that. But this is one thing I'm going to tell you. If you implement well, the algorithm has no opinion about you. The algorithm is just like electricity, right? The same electricity that is going to power your TV, if you put your hand, it's going to shock you. It has no opinion about you. Now, as a tech person, I'm going to do a video about the algorithm. As a tech person, the algorithm is just several lines of code, right? That is meant to do one thing: make people stay on YouTube. So if your video is one that is making people stay on YouTube, like if you post a short now and people watch that short and they watch it again and they watch, like the same person watch it again, he has to watch it again, maybe a funny shot or something, and they watch it again and over again and over again, and the next person does the same thing and the next person does the same thing. The algorithm does not have an opinion about your video. It's going to push it to the next audience. Do you understand? The algorithm is opinionless, right? About your video, does not have any opinion about your video. Do you understand? So the time it takes you to monetize is not a static thing. If you post things, now this is one thing I should tell you, right? If you post things that people like to watch, things that interest people, things that people want to watch over again. In fact, this is the way I'm now thinking of content creation. When I'm thinking of a topic to post or how to arrange my posting, this is what is running in my head usually. When somebody watches this video, do they want to share it? Will they want to share it to someone else? There's this really, like, if you post a video that people like so much that they begin to share it, maybe share it on their status, share it here, share it there, share the link and all of that. If you can make a video that gets to that point that people by themselves, without your own motivation, begin to share your video, I'm telling you, even the algorithm does not have a choice but to push your video. Do you understand? So things like likes, things like commenting, things like watching over and over again, what they call retention, right? These are the things that determine how far a video is going to go, which now in turn determine how fast you can be monetized. So the person Anom that asked to show you how to create an account that can be monetized. I'm going to show you how to create a YouTube account. Do you understand? But first of all, there is this part of it, this part that we're talking about today, that has to be clear. Do you understand? So don't worry about, we are still doing the 30 days posting. Do you understand? But before we start that, we need to clear, for this first week, we need to like just clear some things, like put you in the right frame of mind. So first of all, if you are starting a channel, first of all, before I show you how to click here and click here and click here, because those things are not the problem. I can show you those things in the next 10 minutes, but that's not the problem. If you are running in the wrong direction, it does not now matter whether you are running fast or not. You are not making progress. Do you understand? So first of all, in finding the niche, in finding the subject, if you're a new person, in finding the subject that you want to talk about, do research. Don't just sit down and say I like to talk about birds, or I like to talk about fish. Do you understand? Don't just sit down and do that. Do research. Do not allow your mind to convince you about something that you have not researched about. Do you understand? Just always carry that mentality that I could be wrong. Do you understand? Not I could be wrong like you are now doubting yourself so much. No. I could be wrong like this thing I'm thinking makes sense to me, right? But I need to research it to confirm it. Do you understand? So if you have a subject that you want to talk about, please, especially if you want to make money out of it. So if you are doing it out of passion, right? You don't really care whether you make money out of it. Fine, you can just go ahead and start creating videos. If you implement on any idea like that consistently, right? At some point you're going to see a lot of progress. But if you want to make money from it and you want to make money from it fast, this is what I'm telling you. First of all, do the research. Are there a lot of people that are interested in this thing? Do you understand? Good. Am I interested in this thing personally? So you also have to be interested in it. Else, at some point, your implementation will also fail. So that's the number one thing about your niche, right? Now I'm going to wipe my board now. I hope you can see it. All right. So the next thing I want to talk about is the format. If you understand this thing they call format, I'm going to try to explain this format thing to you. If you understand this thing they call format, your YouTube life is going to be so easy. People are not going to understand why. If you understand this thing they call format. Now, I'm going to show you two videos, right? Now, in fact, no, is it two videos? Okay, let me first of all show you two videos, one after the other, right? Now these two people are talking about finance and wealth and all those kinds of things, and self-improvement, and that kind of thing. These people are talking about this, but the way they are talking about it is different. Do you understand? Now, format is how you are talking about what you are talking about in such a way that it becomes interesting. How are you talking? How are you going to pass your message in such a way that is interesting to the user? Now, let me play video. Yeah, let me come here. Okay. All right. Now, this guy, I'm going to talk about him. Oh, the adverts in my account is coming up. Okay, so before I talk about this guy is Alex Omozi, right? Alex Omozi is somebody that I respect with all my life. Like, this guy has talked me out of crazy situations, right? Now, the way he talks, he has a very strong, compelling way of talking, right? His way of passing his message is just sit in front of a table and then talk to your life. You understand? Now, I'm going to play like just a short video of him. Okay, now I'm going to leave there, right, and come back to. Let me play another video. I think I have this video in my phone. Let me just play it from my phone. Okay. Now, if I don't find this video in my phone, I'm just going to go ahead and search for it. Let me go back to VLC. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let me play this video from beginning. Okay, now so you see these two guys. This other guy's format is he goes from street to street just looking for rich people and asking them how they made their money. At the end of the day, he passes the same message. You understand? He summarizes the whole thing and tells you, okay, this is the message that he needs to pass to you, and he does that very well. But it becomes a lot more interesting. So you see that the same kind of message, right, is being passed in two different ways. So this is the point that you don't need to be lazy in this point. Find the format that is going to be interesting. Don't just think about you want to do motivation and just sit in front of a chair and feel that it's for you to just sit in front of a chair and have a table and just be talking to people's life like that. See, I'm telling you, except you're like a very good talker, don't try to do that. There are many more interesting ways. There are many more interesting ways to motivate people apart from just sitting and talking to them. So this is the sincere conversation that even me, I might not be able to tell you. So if you have a boring video, listen. If you have a boring video, even your mother might not be able to tell you. They just feel that let me encourage this guy. Do you understand? But you by yourself, you need to get to that point where you are. Is this video interesting? Ask yourself that question. Is this video interesting? Like, will somebody want to watch this video? Will somebody want to watch this video over and over and over again? Will somebody want to share this video? Exactly. That's like the whole point. Will somebody want to share this video? So think about it. There are two things I've talked about. Number one, the prompt, which is the niche, which is how you talk about the thing that you're talking about, the subject that you're talking about. That's a niche, right? Sit down and figure that out. Now, after you've determined the niche, you now need to determine the format, the style of presenting what you are presenting. I'm still going to show you one other videos, and this time I want feedback. Okay, you guys should not fall my hand though. I want feedback out of this, right? There's this doctor, right? Let me play a video. Okay, yeah, there are two of our videos I've saved here. All right, now look at, so you can see that format. Now that format has become okay. No, let me play another one. Now she has another video, right? And then I'm going to ask you a question. I need you guys to give me your feedback. Okay, so this is something I'm going to ask now. These two videos that she did, right? Which of them do you think? Now, please drop your opinions on the chat. Which of them do you think did better? The first one that I played of this woman, right? The first one that I played, and this second one that I played, where she had cars, like in front of her. Which of them do you think did better, right? And tell me in the chats why you think that one did better. Which of them did better, and why you think that one did better, right? But I'm just going to go on to say that you see these are different formats. Now this is a psychologists, of course, they influence you with their words, but instead of words, she's now using physical things, to illustrate this thing so much that that first video made about four has done about 4 million, right? 4 million views right now. See, views follow innovation, views follow interest, views follow curiosity. It's not luck, it's not magic, it's not. Do you understand? Okay, yeah, she said the second did better cause. Okay, so this is Adedolapo. The second did better cause she illustrated it better. Okay. All right. I want to hear everybody's thoughts. I want to hear everybody's thoughts. If you are here, I want to see. I want to see your answer. Why do you think the first one or the second one did better? Now, but you can see her illustrating. So, see, I know you're a very smart person, right? You're a very, very smart person. And that thing that you want to do, let's say you want to create a channel to be doing XYZ. Please don't do it the normal way. Sit down and think about it an interesting way so that people will not have a choice but to watch it. An interesting way of doing it. But before you do that, first of all, confirm that there are lots of people that are interested in that thing. That's number one. Then number two, an interesting way of putting that thing. I'm telling you. See, this is not something that you go and be praying about. After you have prayed, God has already answered. Do you understand? The rest thing that is remaining now, make your video interesting. Do you understand? Make your video interesting so that people naturally take the video and share. Once your video gets to that point where people are sharing by themselves without your own intervention, you have made something, like you have found gold. I'm telling you, and once you find that gold, it is very easy for you to get monetized. It is very, very, very easy for you to get monetized. So tomorrow, this is what I'll be talking about. So today I've talked about. So this is the assignment for today. Take some time to sit down and come up with a niche, right? A niche that satisfied all the conditions that we've talked about. Come up with a niche that satisfies all the conditions that we've talked about, and you are confident, you have research, you have done the research to show. Do the work, do the research. I'm telling you. And I'm going in the WhatsApp group. I'm going to be asking you guys individually. I will be in your DM. I want to see that you did the work. I want to see that you did the work. I want to see that you did the research. The work is the research. Go, and if what you want to do is you want to talk about parenting, go and search about parenting. Go and search about parenting. How are people talking about it? Take time to do that search. Go and search about it. How are people talking about it? What are the channels that are talking about it? Are people really interested in it? Do you understand? Do the research and come up with a niche and a format. So this is the assignment. Do research, come up with a niche and a format. All right. Now, tomorrow I'm now going to show you how to actually create a channel this right way, because a lot of people think that the default way is the best way. It's not. I see people creating um YouTube channels, and I can see that you're just doing the wrong thing, because there are many things that in creating a YouTube channel that you need to put into consideration, right? There are many things that you need to put into consideration, but sometimes some people, because they don't have guidance about this, they just don't put these things into consideration. So tomorrow, what we are going to do tomorrow evening, please make sure you do today's assignment so that tomorrow we don't have to repeat anything. Tomorrow evening, right? This same around 7, we tend to start around 7:30 thereabouts, right? Please come early so that we don't have to wait for you, right? So tomorrow what we'll talk about is how to actually create it technically. What are the things that I'm going to show you some. Now when you hear the things I'm going to tell you, you're going to know that if you started the channel before, you probably did some wrong things. Do you understand? And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to, so most of the opinions that I give you, now listen. So sometimes people ask me, how do I know what I'm telling you? Now, in this week alone, right? This week, today is Thursday. In this week, I've been in 3 master classes, and none of them are Nigerians. Do you understand? YouTube master classes. I'm really, 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 really learning a lot every single time. If you notice, the things I talk to you about today, they're not things that Nigerian YouTubers are talking about, really. You understand? But these are the nitty-gritty of having a channel and having it monetized fast. It's not magic. It's not don't ever listen. Yeah. Now thank God this thing came to my mind. Some of you come to me and tell me you want to buy followers, you want to buy monetization, you want to do all those things. Listen, I get every single day I get at least one person coming to tell me coming to ask me what to do because they bought followers or they bought monetization. If you do that, it will hurt your channel. You know why? Because most times those followers and those subscribers don't like your content. They are just there because they are bots. Do you understand? You paid somebody to get you 1,000 followers. So whether they are bots, whether they are humans, they most probably don't care about your content. So when you post a video, YouTube will first of all post it to those accounts. Do you understand? And if the retention on those accounts on your video is not much, YouTube is not going to push it to a larger audience. Do you understand? So usually what I see 9 out of 10 times, right? 9 out of 10 times, people who buy followers, buy subscribers, buy monetization, they end up regretting it and end up starting another YouTube channel altogether. Do you understand? Don't do that. Don't think about that. Don't think about that. Don't do that. Face the right way of doing it. Build a community. Help people. Provide value. Do you understand? Have people who care about you. Do you understand? People who care about what you are saying. Why? Because they see the point in what you are saying. They see the value in what you are giving them. Do you understand? Build a community rather than just paying somebody to do all these things. Do you understand? What you want to achieve is monetization on YouTube. There are people who are monetized and they are not making money. Why? Because they are not getting views. Now that they are monetized, all of a sudden they are monetized, but they are still not getting views, and so they are not getting paid. I don't want you to be those kinds of people. So tomorrow we're going to converge here and we're going to talk about this. So the next time. So does anybody have any question? If you have any question, please drop them on the chat. I want to hear your questions. I want to see your questions. I don't know if I should give some time, but we've come to the end of today's class. We've come to the end of today's class, and I want to see your questions. I don't know, every time I sit down to do these live videos, I'm always sweating. I don't know why. Once I end this video now, I'm going to stop sweating. Like, why is there somebody pouring me water? All right. Okay, so somebody said the second did better because she illustrated it better. Okay. Adedolapo. Okay, so Adedolapo, I'm shocked that you even think that she illustrated the second one better, because the first one she was really, like she was squeezing the paper, she was doing this, she was pressing the paper, and showing the state of the mind of the person, creating all of that. Anyway, the first one did better though, and it did better because there was she sparked a lot of curiosity. Do you understand? If your video is able to spark curiosity, if your video is that video that when people watch it, they want to be like, what did I just see? Let me watch it again. You want to be like, what did I just see? Let me watch it again. Once you're able to achieve that, you have done something good. It should spark curiosity, and then that curiosity should increase to the point that they now want to share it. Do you understand? The point in virality is to achieve shareability. Do you understand? Right? in going viral, you must create your videos with the intention of of making the user share it um, without motivating them, without asking them to. Do you understand? Because the user will now share it out of his own self-interest. Once you can achieve that, right, your video will definitely go viral. The algorithm does not have anything to say. Once you make that the point in your entire video, right, you would see that a lot of things become easier for you. Let me check the comments. Yeah, Church Money Secret says, thank you for tonight. Oh, yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. Adetolapo. Oh, probably I didn't see the face very well. Oh, okay. Maybe I'll give you the link to the video so you just watch the two of them, you know. Yeah. So let me see. I think at this point, I don't want this video to be too long, you know. But so one thing I'm going to say is, if you know anybody that can see, listen, the ideas I share in my classes, they are not normal ideas. They are not normal. They are ideas that were born out of a lot of experimentation. Number one, a lot of learning, a lot of learning. I'm telling you, the way I live my life, I've structured my life such that even when I'm working, like I'm doing something else, maybe I'm in the office or doing something else, right? I'm listening to a YouTube motivation. I'm listening to a YouTube video. I'm joining a webinar. I'm doing, that kind of thing. Like YouTube has sort of become my entire life. So when I'm giving you a lot of these opinions about these things, I'm telling you they're not normal opinions. So if you know anybody, this is a point in what I'm saying. If you know anybody that will be interested in stuff like this in their YouTube life, like they want to take their YouTube life serious, please share the um the link of this channel to them. Let them join us at any point that they join. See, this I'm going to make this video available so anybody can come and rewatch this video. Do you understand? I'm going to make it available, and somebody was asking, yes, I think maybe I should, no, let me not address this here. Do you have Adit Dolakwa says, do you have CapCut Pro for us to use? I heard it's exorbitant, sir. Okay, so yeah, if you have CapCut Pro, it's going to do you a lot of good because you'll be able to do some things that people are not able to do normally. But this is something I want to tell you. Do not be big on the tools. So, for instance, let me tell you something. This week alone, I've bought like 3 courses, right? Now, what I used to buy those courses, I could have bought CapCut Pro, right? But don't be big on the tools. See, there are people making mega. See, the users, the audience that you're talking to, they might the when they notice your video, the effect that the pro thing in the CapCut has on them is just a very little effect. If you have learned the act of making your video interesting, right, whether it's pro or not will only make little difference. I'm not saying pro is not good. CapCut Pro is very good and you should get it, for me, I just so somebody I was going to buy it last week, but I just thought about it. Most of my students don't use CapCut Pro, and I don't want you guys to be feeling that the reason why I'm having some results is because I'm using CapCut Pro. That's not it. Do you understand? So I've decided not to buy for now. Maybe I will. Maybe I can just wake up one day and just change my mind about it. But don't be so big on the tools. Rather improve yourself, and get to the point where whether you are now using the pro, there are a lot of channels that are not they're not even big channels, monetized channels, they're not even using pro features. Even if they have pro, they're not using the pro features. So don't put your emphasis on the things that you don't have. Do you get? Don't put, especially if you're somebody that cannot afford it right now, don't put your emphasis on the things that you cannot have, because that's normal CapCut that you're using. There are a lot of people that are making bastard money out of it. So just just a word of advice there. Yeah. So I think because I don't want to make this video very long, I'm going to end this class here. I hope you guys had a nice time, right? I'll see you tomorrow. All right, cheers.